Greetings YouTube. It had to come down because it's stuck. It's totally stuck. I don't know why. Like, if I just touch the blade. Unfortunately, it seems to be a serious problem with the motor. I've disconnected it, the cable there, so yeah, there's definitely something wrong with it. So I'm going to have to take it out and have a look at it. Unfortunately, there is definitely something wrong with this. I'm not sure that WD-40 is going to cut it this time. So it appears to be even worse now. I've undone all the bolts and I'm going to try and get the case open. Greetings friends, and this is what we're dealing with. That looks like water damage in there. Greetings, some good news. I managed to get both of the bearings out. I'll get onto that in a minute. But I spent a while on eBay searching for replacements and just wanted to show you the price differences between the ones that were available. They were the budget ones, which I didn't go with. They were sort of intermediate to lower that I didn't go with. SKF, they're good quality ones, but in the end I bought the NSK ones because I think they're probably the best quality. So they should be here by the weekend. Thank you. So I just talked about the replacement bearings in the intro. I've ordered some SNK ones, which are supposed to be really good. The two, they're obviously different sizes, the two different bearings. With regards to this, if we turn that upside down, there's a rubber washer that goes in there, which isn't doing a very good job. This one was easier to get open because there was space to hit the inside of the bearing. If you look at that, you've got clear to aim at. With regards to this one, didn't have much to aim at, and we ended up with a few scratches on the inside here, as you can just see there on this side. As well, so firstly, the bearings are totally bushed. There's no free spin in those at all. This one's even worse. And this one catches really badly in a couple of different places. So they're going to be going in the bin. This one's damaged on one of the surfaces, but I'm not sure. It's on this surface somewhere, but I'm not sure if it got done when I was taking it out. And that's why I think there's fluid. So the SNK bearings that I've ordered, they're sealed and they should be great. I don't have a press, so I'm not 100% sure we're going to get them in there, and what I'm going to do with regards to water getting in here, because there's no seal here. There's kind of almost a ridge in here where the bearing isn't going to touch. I'm not sure if I've got to stuff it with grease or we'll have to see, won't we? Let me just go get the stator. And that is a problem. There's no rubber seal on this side whatsoever. So obviously you need to try and buy a rubber seal to try and squeeze in there. With regards to the other side, we can see this rubber washer goes in there to potentially do the job, so we'll need a washer on the other side, a rubber washer for sure. This bit, haven't really started doing anything with that just yet. This bit's well on its way to being vastly improved. So that's it, but mainly the good news is the new bearings will be here by Saturday. Hopefully I'll have all this cleaned up by then, and I'll speak to you soon. Cheers! Greetings friends, I just wanted to make a quick video showing you these bearings that just turned up. I'm still waiting for a couple of bits, so I won't be doing the full video yet. 6005, made in Poland. That's disappointing. I was hoping they'd be made in Japan, but I guess it doesn't make any difference. And then here's the little diddy one, 6003. So this is obviously a replacement for that. It's knackered. You can feel it's a little bit loose inside, so let's have a look at this beauty. That one doesn't feel sort of totally smooth. It's more like very solid. So, oh well, I'm sure it's going to do the job. That one's still, it's smooth, but it's not whizzing around in the way I expected it to. That's the old one and the new one. But the old one, that is well knackered. So yeah, I just thought I'd show you that. I haven't finished cleaning out the inside of this yet, so I won't be putting it in yet, but that one goes in there. And that's 17mm in the middle and 35mm on the outside, and it's 10mm deep, so that goes on one side. And this is the wire side of the hub, which is why the central spindle is actually 25mm rather than 17mm. Excuse me, that's 12mm deep, and that will go in there. But before it does, that all needs sanding out properly. So that's the bearings. So here's the rotor, and I'm going to try and insert a bit of an old video just to show you how bad it was. To get the magnet rotor separated from the stator, which is an absolute mission, and I just want to show you how absolutely outrageously filthy it is. It's a lot better now. Still, you can see, particularly around this side, there is a lot of pitting on the magnets. This side not so bad, but the other side really bad. I'll show you what I've been doing. I've got some 120 grit wet and dry. And let's find a really bad bit. Here you can see this is the worst side, so I'll just basically pick one. And then we use some duct tape. Get about a 4-inch strip, and that will pick up a lot of dust out of the inside of the motor. You notice that squeaking sound is when it starts becoming clean and the tape is sticking better to the stuff. You'll notice there's a slight build-up of powder in between the magnets. Again, we'll get the tape. So yeah, that's how I've been doing that, and that's probably at about 4 hours. That's the rotor. So this is the stator assembly, not as cruddy as the other bit. Now what I decided to do with the stator was remove the hall sensors. You can see there are remnants on that side and that side. I don't know why it's has two. So the only wires we've got in here now The only wires we've got in here now are the 3 phase wires, essentially, and they've been unclipped to give me access to try and clean up all the bits inside. You'll see, like that bit there. So it's looking a lot better, particularly the outside. With this, I've just been doing exactly the same process, and this has had hours and hours done on it. The lines go, I can't remember what they're called. The plates are all stacked, so the lines are all going that way. I'll just zoom in a sec, see if you can see. They're not lamentations, are they? That's something you do when you're sad. So, make sure to keep switching the paper around. Again, tape. So there, that's how they're going. I've got the bearings now. I'm still waiting for the gasket paste, and then we can finish putting it together. So cheers, bye for now. So there's a close-up of where the hall sensor was, so I will need to trim these off. I just need to make sure I don't do any damage to these data. There's the cables. That one you can see, very strange soldering on that. There's the fat end of the axle, which takes a 25mm bearing. We'll get onto the water issue when we rebuild the motor. But yeah, all this needs cleaning out a bit more, but it's a lot better. And this was covered in rust. I'll try and put a clip in, show you what it was like at the start. Sweet, I'm going to put a load of photos at the end. Thank you all. And great news, the sealant is here that I'm using for the motor rebuild, blah blah blah. It's supposed to be quite good stuff. Sweet. Greetings YouTube, it's finally time to try putting this motor back together, and the first thing I've got to do is use some of the gasket stuff to waterproof it, so I'll just get that. And this is a very good time to say thank you to Scott for the donation, much appreciated. I've never used this stuff before, but should be fairly self-explanatory. Now it's just a good time to quickly explain that I did do loads and loads of work cleaning up this stuff. That's why it looks so nice. It was really messy. I've cut pretty much the smallest hole I could get. Right, we want a very thin bead right in the corner. Quite happy with that one. So now I've got to do the whole way around the outer lip. Yeah, let's just see what happens.
I'm having to squeeze this so hard it's actually hurting my hands. Squeeze up. Oh, that's not working. Right, didn't enjoy that one bit. Right, I'm going to try and flip it over and get it on. Let me get my glasses in. Oh God, that's such a horrible job doing that stuff.
That looks like we've done an okay job there. Seeping out the side nicely.
Just going to put a tiny little bit of this. Right, hopefully this goes in easy. I maybe should have done this before I put the other bit in, but it doesn't really matter. Yeah, this should go in okay. It may get loud for a second. Right, this may get very loud. Hey. That was easier than it could have been. Now we'll deal with the stuff with the cabling after. I just want to try and get this on. Bearing would help, wouldn't it? Bit of oil on there. That's way off going in. That's way off going in. Oh, the only way is extreme brute force, unfortunately. It looks good. I think we're in. Right. All we can do is pray. Pardon me. Right, fingers crossed. Oh, yes. Right, let's get the screws in and then pray. It doesn't look like it's aligning properly, but hopefully when the screws go in, it will. Just want to quickly show you the juice coming out the lip. You can hardly see it. Right, that's it. Oh, that's quite stressful. and won't know until it works, until I put it on the wind turbine. We've still got a problem this end. What I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to orient it differently in the turbine, and I'll show you that when I do it. Good news, my friends, it appears, touch wood, I've actually fixed the motor. The only bit of waterproofing to deal with is this, and this is going to be put on the downside, if that makes sense. So I've got two of the phases connected together, and we're getting that heavy chunk which we're supposed to get. And then if I put three of them together, so now I've got the three phases connected. It's in super slow motion. I can't explain it any more than that. So yes, my friends, it appears to be working. And then when I release the phases, oh, it's lovely to spin. It's lovely to spin. So fingers crossed, my friends, you'll see that in the wind turbine. And thank you again for the donation, brother Scott. Sweet. We'll definitely have a go, and if we can get it fixed, then we're going to have to use some kind of paste, I guess. I don't know if there's water been getting in here. But anyway, we know what the problem is, so I'll have to take my time and try and get the stator out, and then I'll make another video showing you what the inside of that's like. But at least we know what the problem is, and even if we can't fix it, I'll definitely learn something. I don't know if I said, the top came off really easily. I used these to very carefully widge it open, and it just came off. So that was good. This bit's really light. Doesn't have any markings on it apart from where it says JS. And it's got the serial number there. So just to let you know, that's how I'm doing. I suppose it wouldn't hurt it to spray some WD-40 in along here, so I'm going to do that, and then when I attempt to take the motor, this bit off, I'll try and film it. Cheers. Right, all that's been totally soaked, just like this. So I'm going to leave that a few hours minimum before I attempt to sort that out. Sweet.